another accomplishment to Lamar Jackson's resume, Sports Illustrated cover boy.
Lamar says this trophy is going to his mom. Tom Jurich told me afterwards that he's ready to build a statue for Lamar at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium.
The sun was shining on Pimlico here on Friday. The track fast, but they're expecting a sloppy, muddy track for race day. With plenty of rain in the forecast here in Baltimore on Saturday, the jockeys are going to need plenty of these. It's going to be muddy. I'm Ken Taylor coming to you from inside the Papa John's Sports Desk in the Wave 3 News studios. Thanks for joining us for Inside the Cards with Coach Bobby Petrino. And with the world watching, the Cards delivered a knockout blow to Florida State yesterday, 63-20. Lamar Jackson lit up the stat sheet again through the air and on the ground. 4 touchdowns rushing, 1 throwing, bringing his season total to 18 on the season. Coach Petrino here with me now. And Coach, what an amazing day it was. Teddy Bridgewater made a major impact in his 3 years at U of L. Here's the impact through the eyes of one family.
2 pair of pants here and there, and then that one that we fixed the thing.
Perfect.
Get on
Thank
with
you.
it, brother.
I appreciate it.
It's the day before the season opener.
Have we got the sideline set up?
Yes, sir, we do.
U of L Director of Equipment Operations Mike Kurowski is doing some last-minute checks. His work keeping a traumatic Tuesday off his mind, at least for a few minutes.
And then when I heard that it was a non-contact, that's when you get that helpless feeling, and that it felt like it was one of my kids.
Kurowski is talking about the knee injury suffered by former Card and current Minnesota Viking Teddy Bridgewater. You see, Teddy is like a member of the Kurowski family.
Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha.
He surprised my son out at his school for actually today on his birthday, the day before we're getting ready to play Ohio. And since then, they've always been really close.
Close enough that Bridgewater mentioned the whole family during his post-game media session on August 12th after the Vikings win over the Bengals in Cincinnati.
You know, I got to see some close friends, Lil Garrett and Matten Kurowski. It's my old equipment manager at Louisville, Mike Kurowski, and his wife, Valerie.
The day before that game, Teddy Ubered from the Queen City to Louisville.
I laughed about it. I'm like, why'd you Uber it? I said, we would have had no problem coming to get you. He's like, no, it's no big deal.
Posing for this picture with the boys.
And so now all I do is just pull out their game pant, game jersey.
Kurowski, who has worked with the Dolphins and Cowboys in the NFL and at Oklahoma State, said he noticed early on that Teddy was different.
I knew from day one when he got here he was a special kid.
He calls or texts to check on Garrett and Madden, getting updates on football and baseball games, support that will now head back north as they're ready and willing to help him through his next battle.
He'll be back, and I think he'll be stronger than ever, just the way that the competitive spirit he is.
Mike said that his wife and kids are working on some cards, and they plan to send a care package to Teddy. Might even go to a game up in Minnesota later this year. What a game. Another classic in this series, down to the final second, the final shot. 2 Hall of Famers matching up wits with top 10 teams, and Bam Adebayo is a beast. Cats led it 40-39 at the half. My goodness, more Bam in the second. How about this? Just over and through Anas Mahmoud. And De'Aaron Fox had a great game. 2 of his team high 21. Cats led it 57-53 though. Cards answer with an 8-0 run. Capped by this Quentin Snyder lob to Deng Adele. 61-57 U of L. Then Adele finds Jalen Johnson for the slam here after Mahmoud tracks down the loose ball, gets it to Adele, a bullet pass into Johnson for the dunk, and the Cards are up 65-61. Snyder had the play of the game, breaking Bam's ankles here. Q scored 22 in the best game of his career. It's 69-67 Cards when Johnson follows the Donovan Mitchell miss. Cards by 4 with 18 seconds left. Malik Monk's 3 cut that 4-point lead to just 1, but 2 Mitchell free throws sealed it, and then Monk was short at the buzzer. Cards win 73-70. Kendrick Haskins has the postgame report. The
number 8 U of L women hit the road tonight. A tough one at Vanderbilt, and what a night for Maisha Hines-Allen. The Cards junior had 24 points and 15 rebounds in a 78-66 win. U of L is now 12-2. They open ACC play against Syracuse at home next Thursday. Now, for Kent's highlight of the night, Quentin Snyder with a play for the ages. The fancy dribbling brings Bam Adebayo to his knees, and Q sails in for the layup. 2 of his game-high 22 points in what was a 73-70 win for the Cards. And, Scott, I think it's safe to say that play right there will be talked about for a few years.
He just keeps getting better and maybe got a future in the big league. We'll see if he can make the NBA.
Well, you know, he's still got another year here.
He does.
And, yeah, he scored 0 against the Cats last year, 22 tonight.
More
not bad. Not a bad
every
turnaround.
time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kent. We'll be right back.
Just 25 days after these two schools met in football, this is the one that the fans really focus on all year. And what a matchup. 2 top 10 teams, both with 10-1 records. This is traditionally a holiday weekend matchup, but we get it in prime time under the bright lights. ESPN College Game Day is here, and there are some questions about both teams, questions that will begin to be answered here in just a few hours.
This is not only a rivalry game, but it's a nationally televised game. But they're not going to be amped up any more than Indiana or Virginia or Notre Dame. They're going to be amped up.
They're not afraid to bang. If you don't play, you have no chance of winning. You have a chance. You don't have to be perfect or great, but you better play.
Now, one of the many factors into this one, this is UK's first true road game, and it figures to be a big factor because they play so many freshmen who play key roles for them. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll hear from Malik Monk and Rick Pitino, who's kind of downplayed that particular factor. And also coming up in sports at 6, Scott, we're going to hear from a couple of the UK freshmen. You remember they took that picture with the L's down, kind of riled up the rivalry a little bit. They learned a little something from taking that picture as well, a taste of just how rabid these fans are. But for now, courtside here at the KFC, I'm Kent Taylor, Wave 3 News.
June 11th, 2016, 10 days before his 21st birthday.
Just hanging out with some friends and just turned into a situation I didn't want it to turn into.
Police dash cam video showed UK forward Derek Willis passed out in the street.
I understand I made a huge mistake, and being in a public image, it's obviously going to be blown up.
An arrest, 8 hours in jail, and media attention followed. Willis says he has not watched that video.
No. It was disappointing enough for me to see how my parents were after what had happened. So I don't need to. That was probably one of the worst feelings. So I didn't need to.
Being a UK basketball player has its advantages. There are plenty of them, like living in the Joe B. Hall Wildcat Coal Lodge here on campus. Opportunities that Derek Willis thought he might have lost with his mistake over the summer.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like one of those things where, I feel like anything negative that happens to someone, they're probably going to think the worst.
UK head coach John Calipari indicated in August that a suspension was not in the works.
And Derek knows that he's under a different eye now.
On the court, the Bullet East grad is coming off his most productive season in Lexington, averaging almost 8 points and 4 rebounds a game. He's the Cats' second leading returning scorer. Willis stuck it out despite limited playing time in his first 2 seasons.
It benefited me more to stay here and not play and learn all this stuff during practice and go against lottery picks and people who are just playing in front of me.
Balancing success on the court with staying out of trouble off of it will determine his role this season. Kent Taylor, Wave 3 News.
We knew he loved the mud. Exaggerator racing against Nyquist for the 5th time. Nyquist, the unbeaten Kentucky Derby champ, but Exaggerator this time beats Nyquist to the wire and puts the DeSormo brothers in the winner's circle.
Yeah, I think the sun is out no matter how many raindrops come falling on our head.
Everybody keeps saying, congratulations, Keith, great job, but I think it's congratulations go to Mother Nature. He obviously moves up in the off track. I played it down all week because I thought the Santa Anita Derby was more about a meltdown pace. but he was just unbelievable today.
Exaggerated turn up on the day, and then there's no excuses that we're not going to make the sloppy track or the quick fractions or anything like that. All credit goes to Keith and Exaggerator.
Exaggerator wins the race. Kendrick Haskins has more on the second place finisher.